Hello there, this is Michael E. Stern and I'm working with Layer Cake Elements and Photoshop to show you how easy it is to drag, drop, and create. Let's get to it. This tutorial is all about non-destructive transforming, and we do that using smart objects. But before I get into that, we're going to transform a regular layer and see just how destructive it is and how non-destructive smart objects are. Before I begin, a little bit of housekeeping. I have duplicated my original and I've labeled it Smart Object, but I haven't done anything to it yet. It's just part of the setup. I've also stroked the outline of the horse so we can see just how much we're transforming from the original size. It's on a separate layer, and if you notice, for me, I like to name everything in my layer palette. Command or Control 1 gets me to 100% pixels, and if I hold down the space bar with my thumb, I can drag over with the move tool and get my horse lined up in the middle. So we can see how clear this information is, and now Command or Control 0 to size it into the view of the window. And edit, transform, and if you look up here, we're at 100%. And if I Alt or Option and hold down the Shift key, I can transform from all four corners directly. And now you can see I've taken that down to 23.4%. But if I click this link, it locks both proportions together, and if I punch in a number that I want, I can get exactly the dimensions I need, hit enter or return, and it sets the transformation. Now if I change my mind and want to re-edit or rescale or retransform, whatever you want to call it, edit, transform, and here is the keyboard shortcut, Command or Control T. And look, I'm at 100%. I scaled it to 25% of the original, but in a regular transform, Photoshop says, oh no, it's now an original at 100%, and you're scaling from that point. And what that means is it has thrown out all that previous information, 75% worth. So when I Alt or Option Shift and drag this back out to its original size or thereabouts and hit enter, I have blurred the image. If I now go to Command or Control 1 and size this back up and turn on the upper layer, we can see just how destructive that simple edit was. I'm now going to just move this off to the side. You can see, and I'll turn off the stroke, I don't think we need that now, how much clearer the original is relative to what we just did by transforming. I'm going to move this back into position and turn off the original. And now if I go to Layer, Smart Object, Convert to Smart Object, you'll see in the lower right hand corner the Smart Object icon. And again, Command or Control 0 to fit it back into the screen. And now when I go to Edit, Transform, I get the transform box, but the crisscross lines within tell us it is a smart object. And again, if I if I Option or Alt Shift drag from all four corners and take it down to 25%, and I'm close enough here upstairs in this transform option bar, but again, if I click the link button and go to 25 and hit enter or return, and now I decide that I want to retransform it. If I go back to transform, notice up here it says 25%. The smart object is keeping track of how much you transformed it from the original. It's not really editing the pixels, it's editing a proxy that you're looking at on screen, but the actual final transformation does not take place until you're sending it out to print, if you're using a desktop printer, or when you flatten it and save it and send it off to another type of printer or a client. That's when that final transformation will take place. It's not taking place now. If I click this link button and dial in 100%, it takes me back to my original. I'll put my stroke on so you can see that. And now I'm going to go Command or Control 1 to get back up to the original. And there's my smart object. There is the layer beneath that we did originally. So the transforming that down to 25% and back up to 100% did not damage this file, but the same layer done the traditional way transforming it down to 25% and then back up to its original size, you can see how damaged the pixels are. So smart objects are the way to go. Non-destructive editing, just like layer masking and adjustment layers, it's non-destructive. That's the way to work. Professional level, you can change your mind as often as you'd like and no harm is done to the file. That's it for this week. See you next time. Thanks for watching this tutorial. Layer Cake Elements and I thank you for your time. This is Michael E. Stern. Be sure to catch me at my weekly radio show about photography at buildabetterphotograph.com, live Fridays at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Take care, everybody.